Hey everybody, this is Miss Durham back with another video. Today we are working on application problem for Module 3, Lesson 10 in Grade 5, okay? So let's get ready to get started. Grab your pens, pencils, whatever you need to get started. And don't forget to give me a like, subscribe, and share the video. All right, let's read over the application problem. And we're here, okay? So this says, to make punch for the class party, Miss Louise, I hope I said that correctly. Mix 1 1/3 cup of orange juice, 3/4 cup of apple juice, 2/3 cup of cranberry juice, and 3/4 cup of lemon lime soda. Mix together, how many cups of punch does the recipe make? All right, let's get to talking about it here. And students, teachers, parents, whoever watching the video, I use a method called, well, I haven't coined the method yet, but these are steps that students should take every time that they're doing their word problems here, because it helps out a lot. All right, so what you want to do is draw it out, okay, work it out, and then we're going to write it out. Okay, all right, that helps with the process. It helps them visualize what they're working on. It helps them with their standard algorithm, and then to write out an answer sentence is what they usually require when you are doing these types of word problems. Okay, so for us to draw it out, I want to use a tape diagram because it's a really good tool. Okay, so I want you all to draw your rectangle. It's a really good tool for them to conceptualize and visualize the actual problem, right? So the tape diagram represents the total amount, all right? And so they're telling us some information here. They give us some information. They say she mixed 1 1/3 cup. So here, we'll portion off 1 1/3 cup of orange juice, 3/4 cup of apple juice, 2/3 cup of cranberry juice, and another 3/4 cup of lemon lime soda. Okay, now, and they want to know the total amount. What is the total amount in cups? So when you look at this particular tape diagram, what are you seeing? Okay, so we look and we see that all of these amounts will give us the total. Okay, so that kind of helps you conceptualize what type of math do you use. Do I subtract all of these amounts to get a total for the entire, or would I add them all together to get a total? I hope you said add. Very good. So correctly, we're going to add these amounts together. So let's get ready to work it out. I'm going to pull my amounts out. So the first amount we have is 1 1/3. We're going to add that to 3/4. We also have to add 2/3 cup. And then we're going to add 3/4 cup. All right, sweetie pies, honey bunches of oats. This is a lot of fractions to add together. And if you need to know how to add fractions, I have a video for that. You can go back in and watch that. So here we have to do some analyzing because we can't really add all these fractions together at the same time. Let's try to make it easier for ourselves, right? What is the easiest thing about adding and subtracting fractions? All right, if they have common denominators, that is easier. Because if they don't have common denominators, you have to use a strategy to get common denominators. So why don't we pull out the fractions that have common denominators first, okay? And then add those together, all right? So I'm going to pull out, let's do 3/4 and 3/4. Same fraction. Let's do those first. So I'll pull this out, 3/4. Okay, plus this 3/4. And let's see what we get. And we're adding fractions. Denominators are the same. They stay the same, and you add your numerators. 3 plus 3 equals 6. We have 6/4. So we've already added those two fractions. Let's pull out the next two. Okay, 1 1/3 plus 2/3. Okay. Now, I don't want to forget that that's our answer for that. All right. So, I have a video for mixed numbers and adding fractions if you want to go back. So, first thing you want to do is add your whole numbers. All right. 1 plus nothing equals 1. And now let's add our fractions. 3 and 3 have the same denominator. So, if denominators are the same, they stay the same. We keep them the same, and we add our numerators. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Okay. So, now we have 1 and 3/3, which is really 1 plus 1. And we'll talk about that in a second, plus the answer we got for the other fraction, 6/4. Now we have to add those together. So let me move up on the page. Very good. All right, we're going to pull those down. Ms. Durham's getting ready to change colors, okay? I'm going to pull down our 1 3/3 plus our 6/4, okay? Now we have to add those, all right? What I want you to do is, because we have this giant 1, and Ms. Durham, what do you mean giant 1? Here, something's going on with my, here we go. Here, our fraction has the same numerator and denominator as it does the denominator. So that means it equals 1. If you think about it as division, and remember, I'm telling you all, think about those fractions as division problems. 3 divided by 3. I'm trying to grab a pen. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Okay, so anytime you have the numerator the same as the denominator, that will always equal the value of 1. Let me show you really quickly. 100 divided by 100 equals what? 1. Very good. 17 divided by 17 equals what? 1. So anytime the numerator is the same as the denominator, that will always equal 1. So here we have our 3/3 inside of our problem. And I'm going to change it back to green. 3/3 inside of our problem. Let's do that. Very good. That really equals that giant 1. Ms. Durham just calls those giant 1s, okay? So we're going to change that to 1. And now we bring down the other numbers. 1 plus 1 plus 6/4. This should be really easy now. What we did is decomposed it down to something very simple, very easy to add over. So let's get ready to add. 1 plus 1 equals what? I hope you said 2. Very good. And 6/4 plus nothing equals 6/4. So our answer here would be 2 and 6/4. Now, I'm going to scroll back up on the page for just a second. Excuse me, so that we can remember our tape diagram. Inside of our tape diagram, we were adding in all of those values, and we got our answer of 2 and 6/4. So let's get ready to write our answer here. That's how many total cups. Okay, she has 2 and 6/4. That's your answer. We drew it out with our tape diagram. We worked it out with our standard algorithm. The last thing is to do is to write it out. That means write out your answer sentence, okay? This is just a very good practice, parents, teachers, students, to complete when you all are working on your word problems. So what would our answer sentence be? Some students struggle with answer sentences. What I usually do is tell them to go back to the exact question that they asked in the problem. Here, our final question, and I can't highlight it, you all. The final question says, how many cups of punch does the recipe make? So when you go to your answer sentence, you simply say, the recipe makes 2 and 6/4 cups of punch. And if they let me type it, will they, please? Please. If not, we'll just have to write it out. Here we go. I'll go down to here, to the bottom. All right, the recipe makes 2 and 6/4 cups of punch. I'll grab a pen. And the best thing about, oh no, I just noticed something. We have improper fraction. We have to convert that over to a mixed number. Hold on 1 second. Let's do that. We can't leave that way. Okay, there's no way you have a mixed number that has a whole number in an improper fraction. Mixed number has a whole number in a proper fraction. Thank you all, whoever caught that out there in the universe and sent it back to me. Thank you, sweetie pies. So the recipe makes cups of punch. All right, let's get ready to go in and finish this problem up so we don't leave it like that. 2 and 6/4. 6/4 is an improper fraction, so we have to divide. Don't forget, think about those fractions as division problems. This really means 6 divided by 4. How many times does 4 divide into 6? One time. Very good. 1 times 4 equals 4. 6 minus 4 equals 2. Don't forget step A, step B, and step C. Step A gets you your whole number. Our whole number is 1. Step B will give you your numerator. Step C gives you your denominator. So we've just converted 6/4 to 1 2/4. Don't forget, we have 2 cups sitting there. So let's add those two together. 2 plus 1 equals 3. And then 2/4 plus nothing equals 2/4. Our final answer here is 3 2/4. So we have to change that in our answer sentence. The recipe makes 3 2/4 cups of punch. Good, very good. Now that's complete. Okay, if you want to go into the extension says, how many batches of punch does she have to make if she wants to feed 20 students? Okay, you can stop the video here if you need to. That's the end of the application problem. If you want to go into the extension, let's do the extension. Matter of fact, let me make a separate video for the extension because the videos are getting a little bit too long, you all. I want to keep them as short as possible. I love everybody. Like the video, subscribe. If you know somebody it may help, go ahead and share the video. I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye, everybody.